got going on. So
for front elevation, I mean, you can see the lats installed, and that's what the white stuff you see along all the edges.
Right.
That's where your stucco is going to hang.
okay.
And that's where it really needs the extra support to clasp onto the wall.
All right.
The openings. So
Okay.
that's why that's all last. That inspection has passed. Our insulation inspection, as I said yesterday, is on Wednesday. Still don't have soffit installed. Obviously, the home's not painted. You can see these where it looks like a different colored concrete.
Yep.
And that's from the lintel pour.
Okay.
So those were the cells that were basically the home's block and hollow block, but then we pour down each cell, and that's why you see darker concrete, because this is dried a lot longer than that has.
Okay, so where they pour down from the top?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
on two-story, we do 2 lintel pours.
Gotcha.
This one.
Yeah, you guys do the block all the way up too.
Yep. Okay, on the right side, you can see that's your sewer clean out,
Okay.
which you'll see the same thing once it's brought up to proper grade. We might have to raise that or lower it depending on where the final grade is.
Okay.
But basically, that's an access point for the plumbers. So if it just so happens that your lines get clogged up, so they have another access point to clean it out.
Sounds good.
This whip right here, this pipe, is for your HVAC condensation line.
Okay.
So all it is right now is a pipe sticking out of the ground like that. It's not going to look like that finish. Finish is going to come off and point to the ground, and it will drip out. And that's to.
Does the AC go on this side of the house?
Well, this is your condensation line. No, the AC is going to go
In
in
the
the
back.
if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken.
This is okay.
Yeah, on this model.
All right.
So, same thing. Lath around the window. This should be filled before or on their punch out. This should be filled with hydraulic cement.
Okay.
So we could get past inspection. They've just screened it for now.
Okay.
Same thing you might see as we approach final inspections. You might see some of your light fixtures in the home that are just capped
Okay.
rather than, and that just gets us through an inspection. Not a finished product obviously.
You guys got a good sized yard, huh?
Yeah. Corner lot, so it's
Yeah.
pretty big. I don't know if he plans on doing a fence or not, but
I'm not sure yet.
so yeah, roof looks good. Fascia looks good. Just a note that if he plans on extending this out or doing any kind of screen enclosure, he needs to go through the HOA on that. It's real important. You can't have any work done before it's approved with the HOA.
Okay.
Well, you can get a shot of this real quick, and if he has any questions about it, it's basically the U factor and solar heat gain coefficient. It's basically the ratings for they're all Energy Star rated windows.
Okay.
And that's basically how much sun they deflect and how much energy loss they create from the factory, basically. This is where the AC is going to be.
Gotcha.
Basically, it's going to sit there on
Okay.
a concrete slab, which we're obviously missing at the moment.
Yep.
And this is the lines, the whip to connect to your AC.
And they just
HVAC.
stucco around that.
We're going to paint this.
Yep.
Yep.
Stucco up to it.
Stucco right up to it.
Okay.
So, it'll look like that right there.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Same thing here. Screen. Get us through the last inspection.
Okay. Pretty standard on this side.
Roof looks good. We might have to have them. I'm sure the inspector hasn't brought it up yet, or I know about it. But this overhang, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this when they stucco, because we don't want this. If they just stucco and not pad this out a little bit, then it might look like crap.
Yeah, because that's go all the way down.
Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Because that, I mean, it happens where you'll have like maybe up to an inch, sometimes as much as 2 inches on some of the homes out here.
Right.
But yeah.
So basically, would they just do a fill?
Yeah, that's something that we're definitely gonna want to pay close attention to.
Okay.
So if we need to fix it later.
Well, something to keep an eye on as we go.
Yeah. widest point, it's probably like, yeah, it's probably like a full inch.
Yeah, it's a good distance, huh?
So make sure that's not the finished product. Obviously we have a meter here now, which is good. This is the tug wall. It's for the temporary underground electric. Obviously we're permanent now because we now have the meter here. But basically this is a requirement for Manatee County.
Okay.
For new homes, new construction. And it's basically extra layers of stucco. They have to do that prior to their final stucco. So basically it's called stucco tug wall.
Okay, just for the electric.
Yep, this is going to be your water shut off, and right now it's turned to the side. If you were to turn it up and down vertically, then it would be on. So, and all it is by hand, 90-degree turn.
Up and down's flowing.
Yep.
Counter.
So inline is flowing.
We'll definitely see that again when they do the final.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
every home, every express home gets coach lights. You can see the wiring right there for
Okay.
both the brackets. This is your breaker box. Obviously, we've only got 2 breakers in there right now. It will be, I think, 24 breakers total, and they'll all be labeled on this side of the home. It's basically protection to your home against electricity. So if you have any surge or spike or too many amps on a certain circuit, it's gonna flip the breaker. All you do is come to the box, flip it off, flip it back on, and it's reset and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably see that in the final walkthrough too.
Important to note, you cannot put a refrigerator or freezer in the garage.
Okay.
Unless it's like a mini fridge.
Okay.
No full size because of the amperage they draw, and we're not wired for it in here. So if you do that, it's gonna constantly, like every few days,
Pop?
it's gonna trip the breaker.
Is that
It's not
something?
gonna pop anything, but it's gonna trip it.
Is that something they can do after the
Yeah,
fact?
It is in fact, and these aren't that hard to change out. What it would entail basically is just turning the entire system off, go to off, so there's no power to anything on the board,
Right.
and actually removing one of these breakers and installing a new one.
So you can get an electrician to do that.
Yep. So you'd want a licensed electrician.
Okay. Good to know. You're the first one that's ever told me that. Obviously, it seems to be a question that comes up throughout the building process.
Yep.
And this is all the insulation board through the whole house, right? They have up here. This
Yeah,
is
you
all
can see here you see attic eave baffles because there's going to be blown-in insulation. There's going to be bats single story. So that's why the eave baffles are there. So all the blown-in insulation, that's why those baffles are up there, to keep the blown-in
Oh, okay,
over
gotcha.
conditioned space. And you can see we run it at a minimum of 18 inches
Okay,
past the conditioned space, so you're blown even, above the garage, which isn't conditioned space.
okay.
So, and then you'll have do we do an outlet on every wall? No, on 2 of the walls you'll have a,
Get some there.
yeah, you'll have a whip here, and these will probably be blank covers. This is where your water heater is going to be. You can see the plumbing lines already installed. Missing AA. I think I was missing a strap. So, but you'll have electric, you'll have a dual outlet there, and you'll have a dual outlet right here. You will get a garage door opener. This
Okay.
is going to be your light switch, and this is the wiring for your garage door. And you can see the pre-wires right there.
Perfect.
So,
Nice.
inside, this is where your actual condenser is going to go. So we talked about the compressor and marked that out in the dirt where it's going to go in the backyard. And this is the actual condenser for the HVAC unit. There's going to be a closet door here, and on this model, the door is going to be your actual intake. So it's going to be a vented, slatted door.
Okay,
Where
and
the-
is
where
it
it goes.
is it a single open door or is
Yep.
it? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Laundry room?
Washer and dryer, going to go right here, washer on this side, dryer on this side. These are wired for 240 amp,
Okay.
so the higher amperage. So If you want to take out your washer and dryer and put in a refrigerator in here, you could, no problem.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
front entryway. Insulation looks good. Obviously, they're missing the bullion, I guess is what they call it.
Okay.
Some people
Because
call
I
it
got one right
this,
here.
But yeah, they'll get it at final. When they come and do the sliding glass door, we do the when they do their final for windows, they do window screens. On the sliding glass door, we need to make sure they bring a wooden handle because they bring it on every other home, and I have to always have them come back. So yeah, wooden handle, window screens, and that's something they'll get on final.
Okay.
So it should be just on the front windows, the bullion. All the other windows should have no trim, no bullion.
Okay. So only in the front.
So bathroom 2, insulation behind the tub. That's good. You can see the width for the sink, drain going up through the roof. Yeah. So toilet's gonna go there.
Okay. Bedroom 2.
Yep. Bedroom 2. See the closet. All our doors on the interior are the same size, they're just different swing. Yep, 34 by 83,
Okay.
so that's good.
Well, we were pretty lucky. We had the sliders already in, huh? So we're ahead of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of homes in here right now without the slider.
Yeah.
So if you look up to the ceiling, you're not going to be able to see this later in the game, so that's why the pre-drywall inspection is so great, but you can see all the ductwork, you can see the main plenum and the larger lines that branch off of it. Then there's actually hubs where that larger line, which is like a, I don't know what size that is, it might be like an 18, that big duct, it'll branch off, and then each smaller duct will go to different rooms. It's all sealed with mastic, and that mastic is actually like flexible.
Okay.
So, and it still insulates well as opposed to caulking. Caulking will usually break, it doesn't have the elasticity that the mastic has. You'll see the same thing with attic heat baffles here. That's
Okay.
just to keep all the blown in insulation. When we do that, before we do all our final inspections, we're gonna get blown in. There will be markers. I don't know if they're installed right now. Yep, they are. There's markers, so just by sticking our head up into the attic and looking around, we'll be able to check and make sure we're at the right height for blown in insulation. You can see Mr. Pink Panther right here.
All right.
And I think where we need to be at is like 12, at minimum of 12 inches. So we want to see higher than 12. And you know, you see those markers all over the place.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
and just from getting in the attic, which the attic access should be,
It's in the garage or?
no, it should be master, if I'm not mistaken. It's either master or garage. You could be right. This isn't a haven, so it's not in the master. Alright,
Nope. Cut it. Right.
I'm gonna make a note.
Would it be like something like this? No?
Yeah, but it's not there.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to add, basically, we're gonna add a 2x.
4.
Actually, we had 2x12s, I believe, on the
Okay.
sides. So it's gonna be 2x12s horizontally when you're
Entrance.
looking at it from. So
And from what I understand, you're not really supposed to store up there at all, right? It's really just an access for
correct.
repairs.
All the trusses are manufactured and they're set to withstand hurricane
Code.
force winds. And you see every connection at the end of the truss has a hurricane strap.
Yep.
Which is good for your insurance, because that's one thing, it's like an insurance credit basically on your homeowner's insurance. In the last 10, 15 years actually, my Safe Florida Home program has been big on that. People have actually had inspectors come out just to inspect their home, especially with retrofits, and they get a certain reduction off their insurance if they have those straps. And you'll see them on every truss in the home.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep. Okay, so hold on, let me finish that note. Bear with me.
Yep. No problem.
On the block wall, this is your vapor shield. Company name is Fifoil. It's pretty much a monopoly in from Brooksville all the way down to Fort Myers. That's what you'll see in almost every home,
Okay.
regardless of builder.
Along the block wall?
Yeah, along the block wall. And the numbers on there, 41, 46, 51, that's basically your insulation rating.
Okay.
So, like in the corners up here, we have, I believe this is R30, and that's what'll go directly above the attic access, above the scuttle door. So and that, in retrospect, is a. Hey Eric, I'm on a pre-drywall wall. Can I call you right back? All right, I'll call you right back. Sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah, we're almost done.
Yep. Any questions on anything?
No,
This I need
it's
to
good.
fix- This I need to fix before tomorrow.
What's that? Oh, because the.
Yeah, because our installation inspection is tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, and I do not see. Yeah, it's definitely garage for the
Okay.
attic access.
Okay. Great.
Any questions?
No, I think that's got it.